minute.
I know.
It's been a minute,
I
but we
know.
back up in this thing.
Exactly.
All the way.
There you go.
San Francisco, California.
Right here.
What you know about it?
Oh yeah, we right here in the city. You feel me?
So let's let people know who we are, even though they watch us religiously. That's
your boy Big Smooth.
And this is
Glamis.
And my name is Tony Sparks.
And we are the Cold Coffee Show.
Hello.
So
welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Hey, hi. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I miss you guys. It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
I miss you too, brother. It's been
It has been a month.
But it's the holidays, so a lot has been going on for me.
Oh, let's not talk about a lot going on. These fires. I mean,
hold on, before we get into that, can we talk about my victory real quick?
What's your victory?
So yesterday I fought a ticket.
Okay.
And I won.
What?
All right.
You gotta fight your tickets, people.
Expound, brother. Expound.
No,
see, usually people just tap out when they get served a ticket. They go for the no contest to take a lower fee. No. If you feel that you're in the wrong, even if you don't feel you're in the wrong, fight the ticket for the simple fact that the officer will not show up.
Wow.
Now, I can't help you if it was a DUI or going over 100 miles an hour, but if it was something reasonable, like something that just happens, like, you know, you could understand why you were speeding, go fight it, because they're not going to show up. I'm 3 for 3.
3 for 3?
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
3 for 3. The first time I fought it, I went in there, and he was like, well, you know, we could just drop the fee. I was like, no, I feel I didn't do it wrong. He was like, but you did do something wrong. I was like, no, I didn't do it. He said, you know what? We're just going to dismiss it. Don't even worry about it.
That was
the second ticket I got, I was clearly in the wrong. I was trying to plead my case. He said, look, I'm going to give you a ticket. Go fight it. I'm not going to show up. Told me flat out. This last one, I just listened to what the dude said again and went to go fight it. Didn't show up. So,
wow.
You know.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
you know, I got to tell you something. This gives me hope because my philosophy has always been like that song, I fought the law and the law won.
Hey.
You understand what I'm saying? Hey. But you, pimp, go ahead with your bad self.
Just do your process. They don't.
Just do the process.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying?
I just want to drive a car.
Don't take no. Don't take no for an answer.
Don't take no for an
answer. There you go.
Because if you fight and lose, you're going to have the same penalty pretty much that you were going to have anyway if you didn't fight it. So
right. Then they're going to add no extra onto it.
Not necessarily. Not, you know.
Yeah.
Unless it just don't make sense.
Right.
They'll hear you out.
Right.
You can't be an asshole. But
yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I just sprung that up.
Well, congratulations and thank you for sharing. Because you may save somebody some money.
I know.
Fight
there you go. And you might inspire somebody like you've inspired me, but somebody who can actually drive a car.
Correct.
And
somebody that actually has bars.
You understand?
Right.
You
is the holidays.
That actually has a working driver's license.
Right. People trying to save money. So how about that?
Exactly. There you go.
Back to the fire.
No, you're fine. But back to the fires.
Mm.
The smoke was horrific.
Trash.
Yeah, and it's still going on, right? The fire ain't stopped yet,
Yeah, but the rain came and cleared the sky, so
rain. Thank God for the rain.
Yeah, the air quality is good now.
Right.
It was on purple. Purple means
hazardous.
Man.
Yeah.
I want to say the worst weather conditions ever. On the
air
face
quality.
Of air quality in the face of the earth. Ever.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
You know, I'm one to talk. I stopped smoking a year ago, so I'm a hypocrite actually. But it was funny to me to watch the smoke, and people had the mask, and then they would pull the mask down and light up a cigarette and shit.
So the hazards that we were in, the step right before that was equivalent to just inhaling secondhand smoke.
Yeah.
Time. So for us to be full on.
Yeah, that was scary.
And then to still smoke a cigarette.
Yeah. You was a trooper. You really needed that nicotine, Jack.
A problem.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, when you smoke, I got to be honest with you. You smoke, you smoke.
I mean, I was smoking my marijuana though. I can't even front.
Well, see, to me, marijuana is very different.
Totally different.
It's very different.
Yeah, but if you smoking it with a tobacco,
yeah. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna keep smoking.
Yeah, you guys keep smoking.
I'm just gonna keep
I personally, I have problems with smoking. Like I told you before, I get antisocial, and I also start talking in the echo. So I'm like, get the fuck out of my face. So
Yeah, no,
I don't like to mess around.
Yeah, it doesn't agree with me.
Marijuana,
Oh, no. I'm out. It's all bad. I'm just stuck.
that's real medicine, you guys.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's what I hear.
Yeah.
And most people who can handle it say that. Like, I'm telling you, I can't handle it.
I like the cook.
What's the
Yeah.
cook?
Oh, the edibles.
Oh.
Oh, no, you like the...
Cookies. They're called cookies. It's a strand.
Oh, you
Oh.
said cookies. I thought you said
But
cook.
the nickname.
It's
that's
cook.
what-
You did
it's
say
the-
cook.
It's the cook.
The
Oh,
cook. Oh.
The cook.
Okay.
I like smoking
That's
the
what
cook.
happens when you get high. You just shorten it. You can't even get it all out.
Hey.
Nigga, pass me that cook.
And I don't think
Yeah.
anybody just named it that. I think that's just whoever smoked cookies. Just automatic is like, man, what's up with the cook? It's the cooks. The cook.
Oh, okay.
There
No,
you go.
just be so high you can't get it out.
I get creative when I'm hot.
You do?
You what now?
I get creative.
He gets creative.
A lot of people say that, and then they go back and read what they've written, and it's really sad.
Hey. Hey, I have certain tricks to the trade that I have developed myself, and I do not want to expose them to the world yet because I haven't mastered them. So
No,
once I
he has
master
some
them-
good stuff.
once
Oh,
I-
really?
Yeah.
All right,
My
well then,
tech-
I could
techniques.
say.
well then, I tell you what, I am looking forward to hearing some cook inspired.
Stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is thanks to cook.
Yeah. There you go.
And thanks to the rain.
And you know what? Let me tell you something. The
Okay.
one thing I like about cats that are professionals at smoking, all right, most of the cats I know that are like professionals, most cats, they will eat before and then smoke.
I don't eat
As
after.
not-
I eat before.
Yes. Oh, there you go, Pip.
I'm just
You.
saying,
Oh,
I drink like liquids, juice, water, whatever.
exactly.
Yeah, but you eat before, cause when you eat you got the munchies, it takes away the high. It's like
Exactly.
Wow.
You got it.
That's some-
Exactly.
wow.
You didn't know that?
I did not know that.
I knew that from hanging out with cats that smoke.
No, because if I smoke, it's going down.
Right.
Like for no apparent reason.
You
It's
getting
just-
ready to be fight. Oh, I see.
And it's just so delicious.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just
when
beyond delicious.
Yeah, I want to go to sleep and stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I don't be wanting to
That
fucking.
too. Well, that's why you got the sativa and the indica. Get you some sativa and you
Yeah,
can
don't. I'm
So
gonna tell
there
you,
are
it don't matter.
different-
It don't matter what strand I smoke. I want to go to bed.
But the cook is more on the indica side, so it's
okay.
gonna have you stuck. But they have some hybrids that's blended and stuff like that.
Wow.
But I like sativa, but the cook
Is
it breaks down different. It's like a different texture. It's like that
Does it-
that thick mommy that you got. You just want to just touch on it in certain. texture.
yes, then.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
does
She all
make it
moist.
creative.
Yes, then. Yeah.
It crack open.
You
a
make
certain
me
way.
want to touch it if it's like the thick mommy.
So you know. So you remember we talked about the musk before?
Yeah.
The musk of the woman?
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's a good musk. You know how you be like, oh, I don't like the musk, but it's like the
Oh yeah.
that nostril flare.
Oh my God.
I think
Oh
they
my
lost
God.
me, guys.
That
Oh
nostril
my
flare
God.
that you
Let me
want.
don't stop talking because
the
you give me
marijuana.
you
That's
get me
what I'm saying.
excited. You
Okay.
making me now. You
so-
make me want to go show over. I gotta go to the
Gotta
bathroom.
go. Gotta go.
I smoke backwood blunts and cookies.
Wow.
Inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So how does that work for you as far as being productive physically?
Yeah, I mean, like once you like, do you like go, oh snap, and just start writing, and
So
or do you just
On a physical
come out like?
on a physical aspect, I don't want to go lift weights unless I smoke.
Really?
Oh wow.
It calms me down a little
Put
bit.
you in a zone?
Kinda a little bit, because it's like, okay, I'm doing this. But if I'm thinking about it too much, it's like, do I really want to feel this pain? Where I can kind of endure it a little bit more when I smoke.
And
then when I'm
also,
Because of
I would
your
imagine.
injuries?
That's
I would imagine that because that's good for your circulation and blood flow pumping, and then so whatever you done put in your system is like you get more of it.
And then for basketball, when I'm sober, like I don't smoke all the time, but when I'm sober, I think about what I'm doing too much. Do I want to go right? Do I want to go left? Whereas when I'm high, it
You
goes
just
go
kind
with
of
the
flow.
And then you like when you go up for a layup,
Yeah.
you can really get real hang time.
I'm really high for real.
Yeah, you got the hang time.
Sorry
You
if I just wanna-
No, you're
formula.
good. No,
Yeah.
you're fine. It's a
Definitely.
nice little flow. It's working.
Yeah.
Are you high right now? Because you're flowing pretty good.
I smoked earlier. I'm not high right this second.
Okay, because I was just
Now,
curious.
now,
You ain't
writing.
no good.
Now writing. When I write, it takes
Uh-huh.
me to a next level. It's like same thing. I think too much. When I'm sober, it's like, did that sound right? And when I'm high, I just keep
You-
it going.
you just
keep
do
going.
it.
Sometimes I like to record stuff, and if it hit, then I write that down. You know what
Well,
I'm
you
saying?
got some good stuff.
See, I don't want to gas it like it's some good. It's
Well,
cool. It's all right.
Okay, let me say this. I won't do. Okay. To me.
Cause I'm your son, though.
No, because you know I would tell you. I'd be like, oh, okay.
No shit.
Yeah, well, see, I tell you what, my son, if what he did sucked, I wouldn't tell him.
No, but I would.
'Cause I
I'd
love
be
him.
like,
I love him, and I want to be
yes,
honest
I
with him.
would. I wouldn't
that's
blatantly
nice.
say that's garbage, but I would go, oh.
See, I want you to tell me that shit was trash. Son.
But you know me enough to if I say, oh, okay.
Okay.
Then
Yeah.
she'll out herself by saying something positive.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
okay.
I
That's
got
pretty good.
Yeah,
There you
so-
go. I'm glad you guys have that.
Yeah.
That's my nigga.
Yeah.
Excuse my language, everybody out there, but that's how I talk.
That's an interesting thing that you just said. Do you think we're going totally off of track, but the word nigga and us using the word nigga. Do you think that it's offensive, or do you think it's a time when you can use it, or do you think what are your thoughts?
Well, if you didn't grow up around any black people at all and you're using it freely, you should second guess yourself. If you didn't grow up around that, if you were in that habitat, that's where you are. That's what you know. That's what you about. Y'all went to recess together. You feel me?
Okay, wait, because you
Okay,
taking it
sorry.
on another direction. I'm talking about us as black people.
Oh.
I'm talking about us
Yeah.
and how.
Well, I gotta tell you, I personally don't like censorship in any form.
Mhm.
Okay, I gotta be honest with you, I don't. I think that nudity should be on regular television. Actually, even.
Okay.
I think people should not be ashamed of their bodies, and when you don't show nudity, people are ashamed of their bodies.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
But this is the thing with that, saying that I don't see anything really wrong with it. The only problem is that everything is all access now, and so you have people that are hearing what we say, but they're not getting what we say.
Mhm.
And so that therein lies the misuse of any type of vernacular or term.
Mhm. And the reason that I'll ask this, because I have a friend who posted on Facebook, if your woman called you or said my nigga to you, how would you feel? Do you feel that she was not being ladylike?
It depends. Like, I honestly, if we were friends, I wouldn't care.
Mhm.
But if you are my woman, if you don't mind me calling you bitch, don't call me nigga.
Okay. Okay.
Especially if we get into it. Oh, nigga. Like, that's just like calling me a bitch.
Well, then at that point you're being disrespectful.
Right.
But what if it's
If we were friends first, yes. But if we weren't friends, just it's cool. Just
okay.
lay off the N word, mommy.
Well, if you got a woman and your woman is white and she call you a nigga, you need to punch in the throat. You need to just go ahead and rattle her fucking cage and shit. But no, I don't condone hitting women at all. Please
No, we
forgive
don't.
me.
Yeah.
Please forgive me. But no. But
Even if you're pimping, you need to be pimping her with your mouth and not your hand.
hey, there you go. Hello, brother.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Said like someone who should be a pimp. You know what I'm saying? You know
But
what
I
I'm
can
saying?
say
He the
this.
jogging suit pimp. You know what I'm saying? He pimp a bitch on the bus. Hello. All my bitches have butt passes. Anyway.
And token.
It's more macking than pimping over here.
But look, but let me say this. I can say this. My grandmother, when she first started going into dementia, she started sliding off, and she said something, nigga, and it was totally out of character,
For her.
and it did hurt my feelings.
She called you a
Yeah, she was talking to me. But then I thought about it. I was like, she didn't mean that. Where did that come from?
That wasn't her.
Right? So I guess there's a time and a place for everything. And
Well, I guess it was so. Then,
But
then,
the point- but-
what you're saying, then it depends on the individual.
it depends on the
you
individual.
know. So
and just like you
that's-
said, if you
it's
guys
very
were friends,
relative.
yeah, if you guys were friends, you guys have a mutual understanding and respect for each other. You know that it wasn't disrespectfully
Everything in life is circumstantial.
stated. Right.
Everything.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. I
Yes.
agree. You need
Thank
something?
you.
You
I
need
know,
something?
isn't that beautiful?
It's just
Yeah.
facts.
He just said that like it wasn't shit. You
Like
understand?
it wasn't shit.
He put it out. He put out some major knowledge.
Yes, he
like
did.
it wasn't shit.
And just rolled off,
I
right?
know.
And just
What
kept
the-
on going.
I know.
Like
There you
turned
go.
his head, like yeah.
All
So
right, there
you know,
you go.
and let's keep it moving.
There you
real
go.
Is real. Real is real.
Nice.
That's fantastic.
Can't get around it.
So- Thank you.
Some woman's seat got wet when you said the shit like that.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
I
I hope
bet.
it works every time.
Yeah.
That's all you can say.
No, it don't. Hey, it just has to work when it works. You know what I mean?
Hey,
You know what I
hopefully
mean?
that's every time.
That's funny.
That is funny.
Mhm.
So so we digress. We're gonna go back
So
to the
we just got through with the holidays
yeah
and
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving for me was completely and thoroughly fantastic.
Mine too, Tony.
And where I live in the building, you know, these church people came and they brought Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, nice.
So I had turkey, dressing,
and didn't I
sweet
think about
potato
you? And I thought
greens.
you
Thought
were
about
out of
you.
town,
She said
man.
that. That's
Oh,
why
I wish
Christian, she's
I
like, I should
know.
call Tony.
And I was
I
like, no,
wish
he's
you
out of
had.
town.
No. Well, at the end of the day, I was. At the end of the day, I went over to Livermore, and I did a show Thanksgiving night in Livermore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it a nice crowd?
It was Livermore, brother. The only way I can tell you is that I'm running these crowds that are just outside, like Hayward, Livermore, and I might as well be in like some backwoods town in Arkansas, because they like, I'm not used to hearing nobody talk like that. You know, you know what I mean? Like,
And what's incredible? It's that's real.
I know.
You know, you would think, hey, not in this day and age, but man.
There's this woman who lives like half. I just ran into her last night. She's a model. She lives halfway between here and Los Angeles, whatever the halfway point
Like
is.
Fresno, something like that. It ain't. It's further.
Right.
That area.
Right. This is the thing that's really crazy, is that all of her stories, whether she runs into the police or whether she talks to her landlords, just way like, we ain't never seen black people, like, you don't remind us of any nigger we know,
Oh,
like
God,
that.
not anyone. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
California?
a reality.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
It's a
And so it
reality.
really trips me out, this kind of thing, because people go like, oh, this is an atrocity. Fuck Trump, I hate Trump. Like, wait a minute, motherfucker. You know you voted for him.
Right.
All right? You know that you hate black people. That's why, come on, here they got rid of menthol cigarettes.
Right.
Come on. That just says, I hate black people and poor white people. You understand what
Well,
I'm saying?
in all fairness, I'm going to say this, Tony. That doesn't go for everybody.
What do you mean?
Because it almost sounds like you said,
Oh, I made a blanket
yes,
statement.
you made a blanket
I
statement.
made a blanket statement.
Yes, you made a blanket
And that's
statement.
very common in comedic references. I sure did. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
see?
most people I know,
Just how that was just right on.
Right on.
yeah,
It
most
was
people
right
I
on.
know or get down like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And so maybe we should just go into the blanket statement.
Yeah, I think, yes.
That was perfect.
That was
Yeah.
perfect.
Yes.
That
yes.
was the
Yes.
best segue.
And it's really please forgive me, but I always try to be mindful of what I say and how I say it. But I mean, and I really, when it comes to like women, I really am kind of very careful, because being a comic, you see what happens is a lot of like #MeToo
yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
And in my act, I flirt with women on stage,
Right.
and so I got to be careful, because people may think that that's like real.
Yeah,
like,
and some people do.
With that Me
Yeah.
Too movement, is that just like some type of insurance policy for the actions that happen. If they don't agree with the aftermath, so like they agree to it, and then after they're like, "Oh, that happened to me too," but at first they was bringing it on.
First they were with it.
So now that it's a fad to say that you weren't with it, oh, I could just say. And now
It seems,
That's another
it seems like a
blanket.
reset button. Like, oh, I slept with this person. Now I feel
Well, I don't
bad
know.
about it. Oh,
Clean
this
slate.
motherfucker, yeah.
Okay, but then that's another blanket statement.
I'm asking.
No, but it's a question, but it was a blanket question, I guess, but maybe not, if that's a such thing. But
No, well, he was just posing a question.
no, yeah,
so-
he was. No, and that's why I said is
Yeah.
that if that's a such thing. But there are a lot of people that feel that way, blanketly, right? So there
Well, you
are
said a
some
lot of people that
women
feel that way.
that-
You
there's
didn't say
a-
everybody.
So there are some people that feel that way.
Right.
That they're just doing it because they want to jump on board because now they can say they can take it back, right?
Take it
But
back.
then there are some women who really suffer.
Of course.
Yeah,
You
you
know.
know, and that's
I know
really,
you know
that's
that.
really sad. And see, it's the thing. I'm finding more women have gone through things that they silently suffer with that they never ever
That they
let go.
never,
And I'm finding as I get older, it's important to fucking just, even if you just to say this fucking shit happened to me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just get it out and
Yeah.
be done with it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Even though, like, there's no reset button or retract to shit that happens to you in your life.
That's right.
Isn't that crazy that once you get some type of energy, because that's energy that they have, if you don't release it, you go crazy, and if they deal
Yeah,
with it,
it kind of
like the
messes
energy
you up.
gotta go somewhere. Cause
I've seen, not, I don't know if this happens to everybody,
right,
to prevent a blanket statement.
See that?
I've seen women that, might have been mishandled as a child, and then they act out later in a really unladylike fashion.
Right.
Does that make sense?
it does.
Okay.
It's like they're
And-
more promiscuous. Or something like that.
Exactly.
I've noticed
I have a friend, and I was wondering. I said, "Why are you always with all of these cats? Your children aren't going to respect you, seeing you do this."
Right.
And she's like, they respect me, And then that same week or that night, her son was at the table telling me,
Oh, wow.
you," just like that in her
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, because he was fed
Like,
up.
yeah, he was angry, and and I said, "Is that respect?" You know what I mean?
Right.
But later on, I realized she kind of, admitted that, "Oh, this happened to me.
Right.
This happened to me." Oh, okay.
And there are so
I
many
had
women
no
that
idea.
that will not express or feel safe enough.
Yeah, there has to be a certain amount of security in
Yeah.
coming out of your mouth with that.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, but it's a release. If someone, let's say you lose someone in your life.
Yeah.
Let's say a grandmother or an auntie or a father. Someone passed away. That shit is fucking painful.
Yeah.
And at some point, you gotta get by yourself and cry and let that shit go.
I just had that conversation today.
Yeah.
That's crazy that you're the same conversation.
Right.
I just had that today with one of my friends.
Yeah.
And I told her, she was like, I don't want to talk about I said, you're going to have to talk
Yeah,
about it.
you don't have to let it go.
You're going to have,
eventually.
and it's been many, many years.
And being male, and especially being a black male, I mean, and not being, but most of the cats I know, afraid to. My father was born in 1906, so he didn't know nothing about
Damn.
sharing.
I'm sorry.
I know he didn't know nothing. That was a Model T year. He didn't know nothing about sharing or shit like that. And so I was in my family, they followed my lead. I was very huggy, touchy, kissy with all of them. You understand? And so he would get up. He wouldn't say nothing, but he would get upset if I didn't hug and kiss him and shit. You know what I mean? But at first he's like, "What the fuck?" He didn't know. Well, what the fuck? He didn't know how to handle it.
Right.
You understand? So that sharing of emotion. I remember I had a girlfriend in New York City, and someone I knew close to me passed away, and I was crying, and she started laughing, like, "Bitch, we are not in prison."
Man,
You know?
that shit ain't funny.
like that is so sad that I can't express my feelings.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, back to the. It's gonna sound bad. It's gonna sound bad, but with the promiscuous girls, when I was in college,
Right.
it sounds horrible, but it was a time where I would talk to a girl and I would know that she got touched because she was so ready to do certain things. And I would take advantage of that situation. Like, well, I already know what it is. Like, I could play with her mind and mental and thing. It was jacked up.
How many men do that?
But that
Or-
was just
and
me
women
trying
too.
to figure myself out and figure
Right,
how I
and you
want
were
to.
young.
You know what I'm saying?
You were
But
young.
I used to prey on that kind of like, yeah.
Yeah. See you.
But I don't care, like, for me, but that's not cool. As I grew up, I
Right.
understand
Right.
people have feelings and people are people and everything. And so, you know,
Yeah.
Right.
that's all I wanted to say.
I
on
can
But
that.
you
dig.
learned from that experience.
I did learn
It's
from
not
that.
like you stayed there in that ignorance.
And that's why every time I see Christiana, she's getting kissed 1,000 times, and Daddy's telling her I love her 500,000 times. And,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying?
Yes. And she, and you know, it's really weird. Most girls I know really love their father. It's really strange.
If their daddy wasn't there, they got problems.
It's like that
And
with
even if their
sons,
father
too,
wasn't
though.
there and he like is in the perimeter, they like look at that nigga. They like, oh, I love him. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Well, boys are like that with moms.
But boys are like that with
They are,
moms.
they
Yeah.
are, they are.
And see,
They are.
my son is like that with his mom, and she is really
Something
heinous.
else.
Yeah, she is a jackal. Anyway, hey,
But
listen.
let me say this real fast before
Uh,
we
Go ahead, man.
okay before we go, because I did say something. It was kind of like
Sorry.
when I said "damn," but one day, our great, you know, our kids, great, are gonna say 1964. Damn,
Yeah. For
right?
Sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
That's crazy. If the world lasts,
If the
Yeah.
world lasts.
if the world lasts,
they're gonna be like, how did they do that?
it doesn't stop.
Technology gonna be old. I'm like iPhone. bro.
iPhone 10.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But go ahead. We're just.
Oh, I was just gonna say, listen, we do this as a labor of love, so please like, share, subscribe. All right,
And hit the alert button.
and yeah, don't forget to hit that alert button so you'll know we're coming on.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in to the Cold Coffee Show, where the coffee's always hot. Woo!
And the delivery
Did
is
I do
always
it?
cold.
Did I?
Hey, oh.
Oh.
And you said that the coldest way possible,
Yes, he
didn't
did.
you?
Yes, he
Go
did.
Go ahead. Yeah, there you go.
I mean, that's pimping
These
at its
two right here.
finest.
Oh,
It's macking.
Oh, mackin'.
Oh my
Smack.
goodness.
Oh, can't touch that. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
There you go.
Dun-dun, can't touch that. Dun-dun-dun-dun. My music hits me, so make me say, "Oh my God!" For mercy, difference.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's
We
it
don't
gonna
have to
do?
call this brother Central Air.
Yeah.
Because he all in the building.
Yes, he is.
MC Hammer was the
Don't you
man, y'all.
stop. Don't you stop.
MC Hammer was the man.
MC
Yeah.
Hammer was the man.
So
He
sad.
had all y'all that's trying to be super cool when y'all was my age. Guarantee y'all was in there trying to do the hammer dance, go side to side.
Man.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was amazing on
Yeah.
so many levels.
Yeah, and everybody later on mimicked what he did. But
Everybody.
but the East Coast made so much fun of him. And
now look at him now.
And look at what they did.
Look at him
Immediately,
now.
they started doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
So heads up to
That's
you guys.
jealousy. That's jealousy. You know, like black people, when slavery. I tell you about that. When slavery was over, black people became very proficient at crops and growing. So the big chief product was watermelon, and so they always joke about niggas and watermelon. Well, that's how white people fuck you off by laughing at your success like it's nothing.
Yeah.
When in all actuality it means
They're trying to
big
downplay
stuff.
And that's like blackfishing, and y'all women better stop it. Because can't nobody be a black woman but a black woman.
Hey.
Oh, you're trying to be darker skinned?
Man, we'll talk about that next week. This
Hey.
has been the Cold Coffee Show.
Oh, yeah, and I'm Big Smooth.
Glamis.
And I'm Tony Sparks.
See you next week.
See, I was going to say something fly.
Go ahead, say the fly
it's
shit
okay,
you
we
want
don't
to say.
have
No,
time.
we do. Go ahead,
No, we
go
don't.
ahead. It's super fly.
Nah,
Super
it,
fly. Go.
it was something about melanin. What
Go
I said
ahead.
the other day, it was See, you made me forget.
Some in the melanin, and it make me say it again
said
and
something.
again and again and again.
See, you
Melanin.
can't, when I say
Melanin.
you can't put me on the spot.
You
It's like
can't.
it was going out like
Okay.
to a nice transition, and you just gonna mess it all up.
Make me melanin.
You should have just let it cut off.
Hey, everybody, come on. Good night.
Good night. That's what mom's